Hello, Leo. How are you? Welcome to your November 2023 horoscope. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So, starting November 3rd, sorry, I was on the wrong page. Starting on November 3rd, we are going to have the Sun in your Scorpio fourth house make an opposition to Jupiter in your Taurus 10th house of career and reputation. So you may feel like work and home life may be at kind of a pull, a push and a pull. But it seems like your career and your public reputation are getting a boost, especially because Jupiter, whatever Jupiter touches, it's usually going to make it like, oh my God, right? It's going to make it good. And so I feel like your career and your public reputation are getting some kind of boost. And I feel like this is leading to maybe more self expression, right? Jupiter ruling your fifth house, or fun, or maybe your relationship status is changing because Jupiter does rule your fifth house and also your eighth house. This can talk about you and another person combining finances. Maybe you are going to launch some kind of at home business. Maybe you're trying to do something like that. Maybe you're trying to focus more on like an at home self entrepreneur work kind of thing. And then on the same day, we're going to have Venus in your Virgo second house, and she's going to make a strange little opposition to Neptune in the eighth. So this can be kind of like a dreamy aspect, but it can also be kind of a disillusionment or a things are kind of not what they seem. I would say be cautious around any kind of like financial scams or a partner lying to you about finances. I don't want to start any crap, right? But this can be like a little iffy. Maybe you are. It can't go both. I've seen this go both ways. So it can be you kind of like not really being totally honest about something um, when it comes to money, or for some of you, you could be having to make maybe some kind of sacrificial um, sacrifices for a partner, or maybe they're doing that for you, like some kind of financial ones. And then on November 4th, Saturn is going to be going direct in your eighth house of death, sex, taxes, other people's resources. This is money that you owe, right? This is money that you owe to other people. So, for some of you, being that this can be a partner's resources, this can be like a partner starting to maybe reinforce or enforce more boundaries around sex or in a relationship. This is also going to kind of give you a realization around your own mortality and well being. This could also be like financial plans and maybe even more movement forward when it comes to some kind of therapy. On the same day, November 4th, Mercury in your Scorpio fourth house is going to oppose Uranus in your Taurus 10th house. So this can be like a very nervous energy. This can be very much you being pulled between being busy at work and a boss or a superior could be like acting erratically, or it could be even to be a potential business partner that is kind of acting this way. Uranus does rule your seventh house, so this can talk about business partnerships. This can talk about intimate partnerships. This could also be you guys trying to break free of some kind of career, okay, or some status out in the world. I don't want to be known as this anymore. I don't want this relationship anymore. Or maybe a partner trying to break free away from some kind of status change, okay. But this is a very like squirrely kind of day, all right? You could be feeling a little nutty, I guess you could say. This is a lot of nervous energy, or it just like some weird, news maybe that you're getting about career. And then we have this could also be I want to say this, sorry, real quick. This could be like your private life, coming into the spotlight, and there could be like some shocks or some like what. Maybe some of you just surprise people with, oh, me and so are moving in together, who knows. And then on November 6th, we're going to have Venus in your Virgo second house, and she's going to make a trine to Pluto in your sixth house of work, day to day, health, routine, pets, tendencies. So the transformation that I think that you've made, with your health, with your work, with your routine, you guys have been going through this since. Oh God, I don't even remember when. Okay, but you guys have had Pluto in the sixth for quite a long time now. And so you guys have already been making a lot of transformations in regards to work, day-to-day routine, tendency, your job, and your health. And so, this makes me feel like because of these changes, this seems to be maybe giving you more power at work. This could be giving you like a big boost to your finances and your self esteem. This is making you feel more valued, like for what you bring to the table. And then November 6th, the same day, we have Mercury in your Scorpio fourth house, and he's going to make a little trine to Neptune in your Pisces eighth house. So you may be having like a healing conversation around your childhood for some of you, maybe with another family member, or maybe you're doing it with a therapist of some sort. Your life could be also transforming for the better because you guys are like talking through things like you and another person, maybe. Or something that you're like realizing, something that you dug really deep about in regards to your emotional life. Money could also start looking well for you, you or a partner, or they could give you the go ahead to like go ahead and move, okay? Or somebody here in the relationship is making some kind of sacrifices, which is making you feel emotionally cared for, okay, and vice versa. November 8th, Venus is going to enter your Libra third house. So, this is more love, more harmony, more balance with siblings, maybe traveling around in your local community. Maybe you're going to some art shows, right? Maybe with another person. A Venus and Libra can talk about another person specifically. So maybe with a partner, maybe with a sibling, an extended family member. This can be about maybe you guys looking to get a new car. Venus is going to hit the South Node, and I'm going to talk about that in another video. But Venus is going to come into a conjunction with the South Node, and so you could definitely be getting rid of a car, maybe for some of you. Um, Maybe you're deciding to purchase a new car. Some of you could be working on a podcast or like a writing project as well, or something like that. Or you're learning maybe you're enjoying learning maybe with another person, some kind of trick of the trade or skill set in order to benefit your career in some way. Um, because Venus rules your 10th house. So then on the same day, which is November 8th, we have Mercury in your Scorpio fourth house, and he's going to make a sextile to Pluto in your Capricorn sixth house. So having a conversation with a partner or making plans, maybe to work on something when it comes to changing a lease or what needs to change with work plans, or maybe even like possibly move with the fourth and the sixth house. You can see like a change of residence, another lease coming in. um, I'm also wondering if this is about like what maybe financial changes you need to make. Mercury does rule your second house. So if there's some like financial changes that you need to make in order to move. And then this seems like maybe a talk about money or the goals you have when it comes to home and family and work, because Mercury also rules your 11th. So on November 10th, Mercury enters your Sagittarius fifth house of dating, creativity, romance, children, risks. So there's more conversations and busyness when it comes to those things that I just mentioned. Maybe you're going out and exploring more with your children. Sagittarius can be very much about exploring and having fun. And Mercury does rule your second house. Some of you may be thinking of taking some kind of financial risk at this time, breaking the bank on like a a big goal of yours, maybe with Mercury also ruling your 11th house. I will say the same day Mercury and Sagittarius in your fifth house is going to square Saturn in your Pisces eighth house. I really don't feel like this is the time to be blowing money or making risky investments with that square there to Saturn. You could find out there's some kind of delay, or you could end up actually like losing out, on some money maybe. Or maybe it's like you're trying to go out and you're trying to have fun, and you're trying to do all these things, but you realize like a partner can't do this because of the restrictions to their finances, or because of a debt you have to pay. You can't spend money on this other thing that's making you happy. November 11th, Mars in your Scorpio fourth house is going to oppose Uranus in your Taurus 10th house. Not a big fan of this day on 11/11. You may be trying to break free from your career or some old reputation that is maybe holding you back. The way people have been viewing you, you're like, no, this isn't me anymore. Like I figured out my heart space. I figured out my emotional life, whatever it is. I feel like something's maybe holding you back and you're tired of it. Issues with masculine figures in your life, maybe, or with some kind of superiors. There could be a lot of action going on around the home, which is also causing some kind of setback or conflict in your career and in regards to what your responsibilities are. So, not the best day to be getting in fights with family members, not the best idea to be messing around with the police. Not the best idea to be messing around with a superior or a boss or getting in someone's face. Okay. I just don't think it is the best move. And then on November 13th, we're going to have a new moon in your Scorpio, fourth house of home and family. So, new beginning, new intentions with home, family, where you live, maybe those changes that you were making here. Maybe, you are deciding that you actually do want to move. The co ruler of Scorpio is Pluto, and Pluto is obviously in your sixth house. So, like I said before, the sixth house can talk about leases. The new moon happening in your fourth house, you could definitely be moving or making plans to do that. Maybe you guys will have to move for work, with the sixth house also being your work. November 15th, we have Mercury in your Sagittarius fifth house, and he's going to make a sextile to Venus in your Libra third house. So there could be a new opportunity to go out with somebody that you're dating, go around town, hang out. Maybe you're single and you meet somebody new in your local community or neighborhood, or maybe you're going out and going to the park with your children. Maybe there's an opportunity to do that. This is also a great time for like creative writing as well, and business ideas, or just like having fun in general. November 17th, Mars and the sun in your Scorpio fourth house is going to make a trine to Neptune in your Pisces eighth house. So, like I said before, there's a lot of action going on in the home. And a lot of this action has to do with you, because it does involve the sun. And so I feel like this may be a lot of healing on a spiritual level. Okay. Neptune can represent like healing and letting go of things and releasing things and the higher octave of love. And we're all connected, blah, 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 blah. Right. And it could be you maybe healing something with a father figure in your life. And maybe just healing around your own masculinity, or with a masculine figure in your life. And this could also be a very intimate time with a partner if you have one, especially when it comes to like sex. But there's going to be like a spiritual component to it. And then on November 18th, the sun and Mars in your Scorpio fourth house is going to be conjunct. So, again, if you live with a partner, this could be a very spicy, sexy time. Okay. You could definitely be on your partner's ass, right? No pun intended. I'm not trying to be gross. Maybe you have a partner that's visiting you in your home for some of you. This could also be an impulse of you wanting to travel, get out of the house. Maybe you discover some things about your ancestry, but also be careful of fights or conflicts in the home. It can just show like very much ego battles getting in the way. Then on November 20th, we have the sun and Mars in Scorpio, and they're going to make a sextile to Pluto in your Capricorn sixth house. So things for you in the home or with family or maybe with a father figure seem to be going quite well. They seem to be changing in the way that you want them to. There could be an opportunity for you to move. Once again, a lot to do with moving here. It seems like you know what you want to build and structure when it comes to, and what you want to change when it comes to your home and your private life. Then on November 22nd, the sun enters your Sagittarius fifth house. And on the same day ish, the sun in Sagittarius in your fifth house squares Saturn in your Pisces eighth house. Okay. So, sun moving into the fifth, this is really great, right? The sun loves being in the fifth. It's at home in the fifth, loves being in the fifth. So there's more focus and more spotlight in regards to dating, creativity, romance, focusing on your children. You could be wanting to pursue a business venture for some of you. And if you do, you could be realizing there's a debt that you need to pay off that's getting in the way. Or there are still some changes that you need to make with like grounding something into reality. Does your new business have an LLC? Did you talk to a lawyer? Who knows, right? It can be something like that. But it could also be you like wanting to go and have fun, and like once again, like a partner's resources not being able to do so. Or there could be some kind of delay financially or with some kind of creative project. And then on November 24th, Mars enters your Sagittarius fifth house the same day. Mars in your Sagittarius fifth house is going to also square Pisces in your Saturn eighth house. So this is going to be more action, more determination, more sex if you're not celibate, right? Or if you're with a partner. If you're partnered, like I said, great time for sex. If you're looking, great time for dating. Could make travel plans with a partner or children. But I do want to say that the action that you're wanting to take in regards to these matters could be being delayed because of a debt, changes in scheduling, or work or a partner's resources. And then last but not least, November 27th, there's going to be a full moon in your Gemini 11th house. So, on the same day, Mercury is going to square Neptune in your Pisces 8th house. So it's not the best. Mercury being in your 5th house, Mercury being the ruler of this full moon in Gemini, this is friends, groups, networks, dreams, goals. Maybe you have to shut down something that you were working on. It could be because you have to be more careful about like spending money. Um, you might have to also be more conscious about a partner's resources or the money that you're spending. I don't really feel like, once again, this is a time to like take financial risks. It could also be, you kind of want to go out and do your own thing, and you could have friends that are like, I don't know. Maybe they're not with that, right? Maybe you end like a friendship. Okay. So not trying to make it all doom and gloom and end it on a unhappy note, but just putting that out there. I'm gonna make a separate video for a Venus conjunct the South Node, so I'm not gonna talk about that here. But thank you so much, Leo, and the best of luck to you. Talk soon. Bye.